Sunday marks 10 years since the September 11th attacks on America, and all week we'll be bringing you reports on how the attacks have changed the lives of Americans.
News 8's Barbara Barr shares the story of a man who survived the attacks in New York City. He suffered emotionally for years and is finally learning to live again.
One of the hardest things in those first weeks was passing the countless handbills that were going up all over the city, each with a different face and the bold word missing across the top.
The words are from a play titled That Day in September. It's about a city in mourning.
And as each day passed into another, the city waited, praying for a miracle recovery of even one lone survivor. So many, many faces.
The play was Artie Van Wy's way of dealing with the grief he felt.
Did any of those faces belong to the people I saw falling to their deaths?
He was a witness to the terrorist attack, working in a skyscraper across the street from the World Trade Center.
I was in the word processing center on the 23rd floor when the first plane hit. We heard it. We heard this loud boom sound.
Then he ran out the revolving doors of his building.
Going through that door, my world and everyone's world, changed.
Looking up with a clear blue sky as a backdrop, he watched the tragedy unfold.
And I remember looking up to my left and seeing this huge plane. Heading towards the tower. At that point, myself and everyone, we literally just started running for our lives.
The images overwhelmed Van Wy. He felt isolated, left New York City, and moved to Lancaster to be close to his family.
Once I left New York, it's kind of like that's when I really allowed the mourning to kind of begin. I sought therapy.
Putting his feelings down on paper was part of the healing process.
The faces of the missing became the faces of victims. So many, many faces.
His play was performed in New York, Los Angeles, and here at the Fulton, where he works in the box office.
It hurt too much trying to take in the fact that so many people were gone.
Van Wy believes witnesses to the carnage became invisible victims.
It's like people don't think about us, and there were countless people there that day who witnessed that, and what people are still going through, even 10 years after. And I've labeled us the forgotten majority.
Last April, he returned to New York for the first time since 9/11, visiting Ground Zero.
And it is what I thought it would be. It was very emotional. I just stood there and cried. It helped me put a close to that chapter of my life.
A painful chapter that can be felt in the words he wrote, but for a long time didn't live by.
There is a line from it towards the end where I say, and to honor those who have died, I will not forget to live. And I forgot to live.
Creative Works in Lancaster will perform Van Wy's play. Showtime is at First United Methodist Church this Saturday at 7 o'clock at night. This is a first in a week-long series of reports marking the 10th anniversary of 9/11. News 8 will be in Shanksville beginning Friday for the events honoring the passengers and crew of Flight 93.